your foundation. Leave your mark on this creation. Legacy, build your kingdom. Yeah, build your kingdom. Legacy, build your kingdom with Rudy Knapp.
Welcome back to all you kings and queens out there. This is Legacy, Build Your Kingdom. Can you believe it? Episode 60. When I first sat down behind this microphone to lay down the foundation for this movement, I knew I was embarking on a mission bigger than myself. Reaching 60 episodes isn't just a milestone number to me. It represents true consistency. It represents showing up when it's easy and showing up when every bone in your body tells you to take a path of least resistance. It means showing up even when you get the negative feedback, when you can't directly see the impact you're making on someone else or you're making overall, or even when haters talk behind your back. It means sitting at this mic when the topics aren't smooth and easy to discuss, but more importantly, continue to push this whole record when the conversations get raw, heavy, and difficult. Showing up when I have to completely be vulnerable forces me far outside my own comfort zone. And that uncomfortable friction is where true growth happens in my own character, right alongside yours. To every single one of you that has been tuning in, that has been sharing the show, doing the hard work in the trenches, and building your kingdom step by step, thank you. I can't thank you enough. The milestone episode is dedicated to you. 60 episodes. Before we dive into today's message, I want to take a look back at last week's show, episode 59, where I had the absolute privilege of sitting down with Dan Blakemore. Dan brought an incredible amount of wisdom to the table, but the biggest takeaway that resonates deeply with me is his emphasis on stepping fully into your higher purpose, truly doing God's work by dedicating yourself to helping others grow. Watching Dan lead by example and just build such a powerful impact on his community under the Hard Truth Collective is nothing short of inspiring. It serves as a living masterpiece in what happens when you stop living selfishly and start building for something greater than yourself. If you haven't picked up your copy of my book, Legacy, Build Your Kingdom, it is available right now on Amazon and Audible, where whether you prefer holding the physical book in your hands or listening to the audio version during your morning commute, it's designed to serve as a personal, tactical manual. And I have a very special announcement for all you local listeners. I am going to be hosting a live book signing on Saturday, September 19th from 1 p.m. to 3 p.m. at Plot Twist Books in Lockport. I would love to meet you in person. Bring your copy of the book to get it signed, or if you don't have one yet, purchase your copy right there at the store, and I'd gladly sign it for you. Mark your calendar, September 19th, 1 to 3 at Plot Twist Books in Lockport. I can't wait to see you there. Now, for those of you seeking one-on-one guidance to truly execute these principles and construct your life's work, you can apply for my personal life coaching services at www.legacycoaching-buildyourkingdom.com. So many of you have reached out to me recently asking specifically about physical fitness training. And while I do offer physical coaching, let me tell you something I've learned after working with a bunch of different individuals. Those who succeed in transforming their physical health rarely do so because of a workout routine alone. They succeed because of the life coaching aspect, changing their mental approach across all 5 pillars of life. Life coaching gives you the ability to take the necessary steps to truly incorporate permanent change. And ironically, the physical pillar is often the exact battleground where you're training your mind to conquer weaknesses everywhere else in your life. If you are ready to break through the plateau you've been stuck on, that LOST, that lost, please reach out to me at www.legacycoachingkingdom.com. I would love to walk alongside you. Now, today, I want to get completely honest with you. I want to talk about the war that no one else sees. It's a war that doesn't make the evening news, yet it determines the rise and fall of every person listening to my voice right now. It is the civil war raging inside your own mind. It's the silence, the relentless friction between right and wrong, between doing what you know you should do versus giving into a habit you know is destroying you. It's the battle between laziness and a disciplined effort, between slipping into a toxic, negative mindset or fighting every single second to maintain a positive, proactive stance. As I talked about in Legacy Build Your Kingdom, the hardest kingdom you will ever have to govern is the 6 inches between your ears. I don't stand here talking to you as someone who has lived a perfect life, or someone who hasn't had these past temptations. I am in the arena with you. I know what it feels like to sit in your car at night, staring at the steering wheel, knowing you are letting yourself down. I know the gut-wrenching feeling of making a choice out of just a short-term comfort, only to deal with the heavy compound interest of regret the next morning. I have faced the internal battle in every single one of our 5 pillars of life. Mindset and mental health. I've had days where negative self-talk screamed louder than my purpose. Days where anxiety told me to pull back, shrink, and play safe. Your physical performance. I've laid in bed feeling that heavy weight of exhaustion, hearing the inner voice whisper, just skip today. You've worked so hard. You deserve to rest. Knowing full well that skipped workout wasn't rest. It was surrender. And then your career and financial sovereignty. I've faced moments where taking a shortcut or settling for good enough was sitting right in front of me, daring me to compromise my standards for temporary comfort. What about your relationship mastery? I've caught myself letting stress from the outside world dictate how I spoke to the people I love most, reacting out of frustration instead of responding out of love or leadership. And then your spiritual or your purpose, your alignment. I've felt the terrifying numbness of losing sight of why am I building, wondering if the daily sacrifice even matters, questioning myself if my purpose with this podcast, with my book, with my life coaching, if they even matter. I have lost sight of that at times. I have felt the weakness. I have experienced the pull of the path of least resistance. But here is why I know I can help you through life coaching. Because I have trained myself to move beyond the weakness. I built a system. Life coaching isn't about me standing on stage telling you how to live. It isn't about willpower. Willpower runs out when you're tired. It's about putting bulletproof habits in place that force you to think differently when the storm hits. It's about building a framework so strong that your standard operating procedure overrides your temporary feelings. So let's talk about the high stakes, the cost of giving in. We need to talk about what is actually at stake here, because true kings and queens know that the severity of the impact of the wrong decision and how much it can make for your life. What happens when you continuously lose these quiet internal battles? What happens when you give into bad habits, the laziness, the quick temper, the negative outlook? It never stays contained. If you give in to a physical neglect and poor habits, it doesn't just mean your clothes won't fit. It means 10 years from now, you lack the stamina to play with your children or grandchildren. It means lower energy, chronic disease, and a mind clouded by brain fog. If you lose the battle in your career and finances to being lazy or cutting corners, you don't just lose money, you compromise your sovereignty. You find yourself trapped in environments you hate, unable to provide safety and opportunity for people relying on you. You sacrifice opportunity to be with your family or to go on vacations. If you surrender to poor emotional regulation in your relationships, you erode trust brick by brick. A careless word spoken in anger, a pattern of emotional absence, a failure to show up, these aren't small mistakes. Over time, they fracture families. They teach your children that love is unpredictable and unstable. And if you lose the battle in your mindset and purpose, your spiritual, you wake up 10, 20 years down the road living in a kingdom of regret, realizing you built nothing because you were too busy entertaining your excuses. Like I quoted in episode 42, the crown isn't heavy because of its weight, it's heavy because of the responsibility to those that stand beneath it. When you compromise your standards, the splash damage hits everyone in the ecosystem. We all make mistakes. Every single one of us has stumbled, fallen, and made the wrong call. But mistake making is an event. Consistency is a lifestyle. Consistency is the right direction in what clears the path forward. I want to say that again. Mistake making is an event. Consistency is a lifestyle. Consistency is the right direction in what clears the path forward. So how do we win this war? How do we conquer the weakness when it shows up today? I want to give you 3 actionable tools you can put into practice the second this episode ends. Actionable item number 1. Establish the 5-second rule of standards. I'm going to give credit where credit is due. This came from Mel Robbins herself. She talks about the 5-second rule. And if you ever get a chance to read her book, I would recommend reading it. The first part of that book talks about the 5-second rule. And this is a really substantial, important concept. And I'm giving this to you now. The moment you recognize the internal battle, whether it's getting out of bed or putting down that junk food that you want to eat or stopping yourself from making an angry comment, you have a 5-second window before your rationalizing brain steps in to protect your comfort. So directive. The moment you feel the hesitation, count down. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and move immediately into the correct action. Do not allow your internal lawyer to argue the case for laziness. Action precedes emotion. So, as soon as you feel this hesitation, make that countdown. Move. And when you move, your body's going to put yourself towards the action that is the correct way. Your action precedes emotion. Action item number 2. Audit your 5 pillars daily. You cannot fix what you do not measure. At the end of every day, take out your journal and score yourself from 1 to 10 across your 5 pillars. I talked about this in my book as well. Number 1, mindset. Rate yourself 1 through 10. Number 2, physical. Number 3, financial. Number 4, relationship. Number 5, your purpose or your spiritual. If you score a 3 in your physical pillar or a 4 in your relationship pillar, don't beat yourself up. Acknowledge it. Identify the specific bad habit or lazy decision that caused it, and write down the single corrective action you will take tomorrow morning to balance that scale. Just remember, 8, 7, 8, that's average. We need to be 9 and 10. So we need to do actionable items to get ourselves back to that 9 and 10. We're not average people. You're not an average person. So do whatever it takes to get you to balance out those pillars to be all at 9 and 10. We may not be perfect, but we don't want to sit in average. Actionable item 3, build an external accountability system. You cannot fight a private war with private weapons alone. When you keep our goals and struggles completely inside your own heads, our own heads, our internal sabotage will negotiate us out of a victory every single time. The directive: share your non-negotiable standards with a spouse, a mentor, or hire a life coach. Join a group, Hard Truth Collective, men. But hire somebody or find someone that becomes your accountability person. When you know someone else is holding you to the standards you set for yourself, the cost of giving into laziness dramatically increases. Think about it. It costs us more to be lazy if we have someone else that's disappointed in us or that is holding us accountable. Now, I will say this. Just by having an accountability piece, a life coach, doesn't mean automatic success. It means you have to give an effort. It means you have to put yourself out there. You have to be accountable. And you truly have to set those standards for yourself. Your life coach will help you do that. Your accountability piece will help you. Your spouse could help you with that. Whoever you decide to do that, they will help you set those standards. But the standards can only be set by you. And once you set them, you truly have to have a want to go get them and to keep them. That accountability piece will help. As I wrap up this milestone 60th episode, I want to take a moment to truly reflect on how special this benchmark is to me. I am deeply thankful to God for giving me the health, the voice, and the platform to do His work, to hopefully serve as a tool that helps you step into your purpose and build your kingdom. Hitting 60 episodes feels a lot like running the Chicago Marathon. I put in months after months of silent, exhausting training, pushing through the miles when my body screamed at me to quit. Crossing that 26.2 mile finish line was an incredible milestone. But like anyone else that has ever conquered that course, finishing isn't the signal to stop. It's the fuel for me to seek out the next bigger, harder challenge. The longevity is something I hold dear. And it reminds me of writing my book. I spent well over a year writing Legacy Build Your Kingdom in absolute secrecy, not telling a single soul what I was doing. I didn't want external options, quiet doubts, or well-meaning advice diluting my process. I needed every word, every lesson, and every principle on those pages to come strictly from my own heart, my own raw experiences, and my authentic truth. 60 episodes in, the same authentic drive still powers every single word I speak into this mic. And because this platform is about building a community of purpose-driven leaders, I want to extend an invitation. If you are someone out there who is actively building your kingdom, living with intention, doing great work, and you want to share your story on my show to promote your mission, reach out to me. Head over to my website or send me a message. Let's connect and see if your journey aligns with my purpose here, because I want to give powerful voices a stage to inspire others. It's part of my God's work, to be able to pass a message through other people as well. Just like Dan last week, passing his message of his purpose to try to really help men grow physically, mentally, and spiritually. I also want to give a quick sneak peek into the future. Since we're at 60 episodes, let's talk about what's next. I have some incredible new venues, projects, and expansion plans lined up behind the scenes. When the time is right, I will reveal everything, but just know that the foundation I am building right now is only the beginning. I ask for your continued support, your shares, and above all, your prayers along the way as I extend my purpose to make a maximum positive impact on the many lives as humanly possible. Don't forget, grab your copy of Legacy Build Your Kingdom on Amazon and Audible. That is one way where I can pass my purpose on. Again, it's about passing on the word to help others out, not just buying a book. You could also come see me in person Saturday, September 19th from 1 p.m. to 3 p.m. at Plot Twist Books in Lockport. Bring your book or buy one there and let's connect. I'll sign it for you. Come on out, support, and check out a cool place that you can get some pretty cheap deals on books if you're a reader. And if you're ready for direct one-on-one coaching with me, so we can master these 5 pillars, so we can really put that first step forward towards your life and really helping yourself with getting to where you want to be in your life, go visit me again at www.legacycoaching-buildyourkingdom.com. I want to say thank you for 60 incredible episodes. I am just getting started, whether it's podcast, whether it's life coaching, whether it's writing another book, whether it's moving forward in other venues that I have planned out for me. I want to say thank you because your support and you passing on the message or you just taking time to support me is truly greater than what I can express to you. It helps me to gain confidence in my purpose, even though I am pretty strong-willed where I'm going to continue on. It does help to know that people out there really support the purpose that I have and that they are really into the concept of what I'm trying to do here. Listening every week shows me that. Reading my book or writing or going out and purchasing my book or passing it on, it really shows me that. So I'm going to say this to you. Build your kingdom, but never forget who you're building it for. I'm Rudy Knapp, signing off. 60 episodes. Let's see what's yet to come. Take care.
Ooh, yeah. Time to build your foundation. Leave your mark on this creation. Legacy, build your kingdom.